Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in my life. What I do for you. I got a nice lesson for you from the book today, so get ready. Let's go. Writism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message, put message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You turn the receiver. Hope they're working out for you. We got a good thing going. Let's continue. Right thinkers mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers do just that. So that's why I do what I do for you to get you to know thyself. And I ask the question, do you know you? That's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Let's go. Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. It's simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know, is asleep spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers. Know thyself. To Mayat, be true. In the book that we studied from today, guess what? Okay, so we're gonna get some Maya philosophy today. Good lesson is called Adversity of Life. Right, thinkers? Let's talk about adversity in life. And we're gonna find out that adversity is a divine messenger. Mhm. Adversity is also a form of resistance, and adversity, life test of what will test your spiritual strength. So let's get involved in this lesson right quick. I don't want to take too long. I know y'all are. Let's talk about adversity in life. Why is it? Why is there adversity in life? That's the question. Wouldn't it be nice if there was no misfortune or unluckiness to hamper your movement in life? Unreal. Human life, watch this, abounds with what? Adversities, things that you don't control. Even the very rich experience adversity. In fact, no matter who you are, you will experience adversity of one form or another as you progress through life. The question is, how do you handle adversity when it happens to you? We can see it, everybody else adverse situation. Man, I sure would, yeah, but how do you handle your adversities? Let's talk about it. Adversity is a divine messenger. Mhm. Calm down. Just imagine how life would be if you could do anything you wanted to do. Some of us go through life doing that. You would what? Indulge every desire and whim to your fancy. When you get rich and famous, that's what you do anyway. But for ordinary people, it's just an idea. But you would watch this. You would only seek to what? Satisfy your desires or pleasures, and you would not accomplish anything significant in life. We know how the rich spoiled people are. They got everything handed to them, so they really ain't gonna do nothing. They just go through life. So everybody don't have that opportunity, but there's some people who do. But if you are living a righteous life, watch this. Now, in the end, you would be frustrated and disappointed. Why? Because no matter how hard you try, it is not possible to ever completely what? Satisfy your egoistic desires for the pleasures of the flesh. I try to show you. If all you want is pleasure, getting high, drinking, smoking, getting, you know, really, you're going to ask for adverse situations and you ain't going to handle them too well. Watch this. Adversity, watch this, is a form of what? Resistance. With life places on all beings for the what? The purpose of engendering in them, what's this? A need to what? Strive to overcome it. If you never had adverse situation in your life, how you know what you're made of? Okay, that's intestinal fortitude. Step up and handle your business. I used the David and Goliath scenario. Adverse situation was Goliath. David knew how to handle that situation. Why? Cool, calm, and collected. Why? I got God with me. I ain't worried about that nonsense. So his faith and belief in who he's rolling with, who had his back, taught him how to think through the situation. Not, oh God, take care of that big guy. No, you got to do that. So adverse situations sometimes is there to get you to do just that. Well, here we go. When adversity is met with what? With correct thinking, understanding, and with the right attitude, what happens? It can become a great source of strength. Back to the spiritual strength. Why? Because it can become a great source of strength and spiritual inspiration. Motivate you spiritually. Why? To be better, to do better. Hence, aspirants. However, if adversity makes you hard hearted, insensitive, selfish, cold, and bitter, then you will lead yourself where? Deeper into the quagmire of negativity and pain and suffering. You're your own worst enemy when you don't handle situations the right way. Now, adversity is what? God's way, of calling your attention away from the negative ways of life. If you're optimist, you see it as an opportunity to do better. You pessimist, you see it as the worst thing that ever happened. So understand that. But it's an adverse situation is to pull you away from your negativity ways of life, negative ways of life, and what? Draw attention toward the basic elements of life. Often, when people succeed in acquiring some object, you get what you want, you desire to have that new car, when you get it, yeah, you the man, you show it off, you grandiosis, all that stuff. That's watch this. And adversity is going to come. Watch, trust me. When you get that object, some acquired that for your that you desire, when you get it, watch this. Now you develop a conceit and vanity attitude. Yeah, you get my pastor. I tell he's the humblest guy I know. Good dude, but he take no credit, give it all to God. I'm starting to understand. I'm getting better at that. But watch this. When you are satisfying your desires for that moment, that instant, it's satisfied. But soon as it gets satisfied, what's what? It's gonna want more. Watch this. They look down and you look down on others and you feel proud of their achievements. hmm I make six figures. I got this, I got that. The other guy, I make this much a year. If you walk around telling people your annual salary, you're an a-hole. Simple as that. So all that bragging about, no, that's just you being an a-hole. So and you get hit by adversity too. Like I said, don't make a difference how much money you got and where you at. You're gonna have to deal with adversity. So all that telling everybody what you got, looking like you somebody, knock it off. They look down on others. Watch this. Feel proud about themselves. Watch this. However, when they lose, here we go. The same people you mock is going up. You're gonna see the same people when you coming down. This is the concept. When you lose what they desired, they fall into what? That valley of adversity, despair, just depression, violence, and even anger. Why? They blame others for their misfortune and seek to hurt others for their losses. We know a bunch of people like that. Take responsibility for your own. Many of us people who have experienced what? The most adversity in history, who is who? Saints and sages. Have my share. Why should God allow those who are what? Trying to be closest to divine be plagued with adversity? Good question. The answer lies in the ancient Egyptian proverb. It says, adversity is the seed of well doing. It is the nurse of heroism and boldness. Who that have enough will endanger himself to what? Have more. Who that is at ease will set their life on the hazard, keeping yourself prepared for the adversity of life. Moving on. That's the ancient Egyptian proverb. Let me go ahead. Now, have you noticed it seems as though the people who are most righteous, here we go, and deserving of prosperity are the ones who suffer the most in life? And this is what I try to teach in my concepts of right thinking philosophy. Because you walk around with your collar and you praise the Lord and talk in tongues and raising the roof, but if you're a bad person here, you cannot prosper, you will not prosper, and you will get yours. What's coming to you? All the money you're getting now, all the fun you have, yeah, but guess what? There's a price that comes with that. That's what I'm saying. And this is telling you the same thing. In families, watch this. In families, the child who is most obedient, listen, gets the most attention and disciplinary control. If a child is doing what they're supposed to do, let them go. If you got to constantly discipline the child, you're going to have problems. So just the difference. The people who are loving and compassionate suffer illness. Why? And pain from what? Others. The people who love us hurt us the most. That's why I took respect over love for loved ones. And respect for me. Watch this. And why do you think this is? They suffer from others. This is because nature has been set up by God to create situations which what challenge all human beings so as to provide for them what opportunities to discover their inner resources, improve, which give them the capacity to overcome the troubles and thereby grow in discovery of what their deeper self. If your faith is not well grounded and your belief is not secure, you're going to have problems when adverse situations come. Why? What you got to fall on, what you got to rely on. So that's what. Those who suffer most, watch this, are in reality those who have drawn more attention from who? The divine. Indeed, chosen for what? More intense spiritual testing. I asked the Lord a little while ago, I said, Lord, this job you gave me, you knew when I took it what it was about. I sure did. But if this is my calling, why you let me go through all the other nonsense? Because in order to get where I need you to be, you had to go through that. So my life is full of adversities. I can't do like a trooper. That's the name of the game. And watch this. Those who suffer most are in reality. Excuse me, I did that. So life tested your spiritual trust in your higher self by sending adversity your way. Bang, bang, bang. Handle them. That's how you strengthen yourself. Watch this. This testing process of life of nature allows what? Every human being soul the opportunity to what? Face trouble with either boldness and faith or with fear and negativity. I just did a lesson about religion. It relies on guilt and fear. Same thing. You can't build a good foundation on that. Spiritual truth is what you want to stand on, and going through adverse situation, having faith and belief in your higher self and handling it the way you think he would want you to shows him, yeah, you did good. Good job, my good and faithful servant. You have to show him. You have to do. You know, so it ain't easy. Again, the rewards, watch the, here we go. The rewards of adversity faced well are what? Increased strength of will and an increased feeling of what? Self-discovery of the divine within. Knowing thyself. Be comfortable knowing you and God are one. Like you say, as I walk through the valley of evil, that's life in the physical form. I shall fear none of you humans. Why? I got God with me, and he the baddest man out here. So get out of my way. Simple. That okay, watch this. Now, when adversity is faced with, here we go, the downside, with negativity and ignorance. Oh, you ruined my life. Teenagers, when they do something wrong, you punishing them. Take away their person. You done ruined my life. They go fall out at the food. when we got caught, he wasn't too cool about that. He wasn't. So trust me, if you flip out in adverse situation, God can't use you. Simple as that. That's the test that you gotta go through. If you fail, don't worry. He ain't gonna call you. You didn't make the cut in life. And what happens when you deal with negativity, deal with adverse situations with negativity and ignorance, it leads to what? Pain, sorrow, and even more adverse situations for you to deal with. And if you ain't doing good, you're not going to be good at that situation as you go through life. Then go, next page, I got a little more. So therefore, adversity cannot be understood and successfully faced with negativity, anger, hatred, hard-heartedness, etc. Why? That's not the way to deal with adversity. Adversity can only, watch this, be overcome with what? Wisdom and virtue. And virtue is the first and the most important quality to develop by all serious spiritual right thinkers, aka aspirants. If you're not sincere, if you're not a good person and your intentions are not good, this is not for you. Simple as that. If you want to become spiritually enlightened so you can do mischievous things, and no, this ain't for you. Why? It ain't. If you learn the lessons, that's a security mechanism right there. Use it the way it's intended for good, for righteousness. That's all. So that's why virtue is one of the first qualities that you have to exhibit as a spiritual aspirant. And from a spiritual perspective, watch this. What is considered to be prosperity by the masses of who? Ignorant people. No, not I'm saying that. That's what it says. The masses, the ignorant people, is in reality what? Adversity. And what is considered to be adversity by what? The masses is in reality prosperity. They don't see the real deal. Why? They're unenlightened. They are ignorant to their higher self. The masses, watch this, consider that becoming rich and being able to indulge in the pleasures and the senses through food, drink, drugs, sex is the ultimate goal. For the ignorant, yeah. Not for the enlightened, not so much. Yet, is there anyone who has, watch this, discovered true peace and contentment because of making billions of dollars? Not a one. So it ain't about that. Having the opportunity, watch this, to indulge in pleasures of the senses creates an opportunity for what? The mind to become jaded and more dependent on what? Worldly pleasures. When you having your way, you want it every day. Women, money, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. When you live in a lifestyle, all you want to do is have that fun. But watch this. Now this process does what? Intensifies what? Your ego self. Again, feelings and draws the soul away from discovering true peace within. Again, when you doing you, that's ego. Remember, the ego is the acronym for what? Edging God out. So ego means you're on your own. You're doing your own thing. So if you want to serve your higher self, that's Haru. That's who you want to serve. If you live in serving your lower self, that's set. That's your ego. That's you. And if you live in opposition to God, that makes you the devil. So understand that conceptually. And watch this. And there is increasing agitation and worry over what? Gaining what is desired. And then preoccupation, once you get it, is what? How to hold on to it. The more you got, the more you got to worry about what you had. Not realizing that all must be what? Left behind when? At the time of death. Y'all say, I ain't never seen a Brinks truck pull up in the graveyard. Oh, yeah, why? That's a simple fact. And if the person who are hell bent on having and riches and doing everything to have and gonna leave it to somebody else. Simple as that. So understand that. The more you accumulate, the more you're gonna leave to somebody else. So if you become wise, my old man had a bunch of toys. And everybody came and took them. So I know that too. When I pass, all you're gonna get is books. So all that no, just books. to me, that's money. So understand, my money is different. My knowledge to me is money. So understand, you can't take none of any worldly possession that you accumulate with you in death, but your consciousness. So you need to get to know thyself because that's what you need to get past this life. And people keep on seeking what? Worldly fame, fortune, and glory to satisfy the ego. That's all ego. And in the process, they never discover what? True happiness. We know people got everything to seem like, but don't know themselves and they're not happy. So those things that you got to realize. They have what? Duped themselves into believing that material wealth brings happiness because the greedy corporations, the media, and popular culture reinforce this message. In reality, is what is a philosophy of ignorance based on what lack of knowledge of reflection of what your spiritual insight, aka your higher self. Adversity is a call, watch this, to wake up from this delusion of pain and sorrow, and those who are experiencing the worst conditions are what? Receiving the loudest call. Therefore, adversity is in reality prosperity. Why? Because it stimulates the mind through suffering so that it may look for what? Higher visions in life and discover the abode of what? True happiness, hotep, which is peace, and contentment, which transcends all worldly measures. Last one, this exalted vision of life is the innate potential of what? Every human being. What is necessary is the what? Dedication, here we go, and the perseverance to do what? Seek a higher understanding of the divine nature of creation and the divine nature of the innermost heart. It has the power to what? Absorb and redeem all negativity. This is the highest goal of what? All human beings, aka Nihas, and it is the most difficult to achieve. However, as you gain greater understanding and greater will to act with what? Virtue and righteousness, your vision of the divine will what? Increase and draw you closer and closer to your higher self. This is the glory of virtue and its power to what? Vanquish and eradicate vice, aka evil, from your human heart. That's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. Didn't want to take up too much time, but hope you got the lesson about adversity.